This is just going to be a quick video while I'm on my way to pick up rider for, as people know, I do my Uber. So I got time in between clients to just say a little few things about marriage and how these red pillars and even the black pillars, it's don't want to. At, these people don't want to get married. It's more or less a fear, and I get it. I get the fear because there's no guarantees. You can do everything right, and this woman can still leave. You can do everything right, and the woman still leave. There have been cases with the men and doing what society has told him that he's supposed to do, and the woman still leave. I was riding a guy, and he got married to this woman, and don't know what happened, but when they got divorced, she's up here uh, turned the son against him. She accused him of touching the boy, and he had to fight that case for 2 years. Fight that case. He got cleared, but the boy don't even want to talk to him. Now, it's a sad state because this boy is 16 years old, and the time that he really needs his father is now, because he's about a year and a half away from turning 18, and he's going to have to face this world. He can't be under mama's tits anymore. And the person he needs the most is his father. So to show him how this world really works. And unfortunately, the woman that this guy married turned him against him. So now he don't want to deal with him. And so the guy fighting, he just got tired. Said, you know what, fuck it. So yeah, this can be an extreme case of what can happen when you got another person in there change their mind about you and have a business towards you for whatever reason. It could be something he did, it could be something he didn't do, it could be something wrong with her, or it could have been something that was building inside for the longest, and some of you don't know. You got women out here who present being married, they didn't follow their dreams, and they don't tell you. And so, you got your Aisha Curry's out there in the world because she didn't get the success she wanted, and she got to tell everybody about it, which makes your husband look like an idiot. And so I can understand this fear that they have. But to be so dismissive of marriage is like, okay, I get why. And I get you to listen to some of these stories of certain men, but you're only hearing one side. You don't get the nuance of everything. I was listening to SKC over there in Rumble, and he was talking to a guy, and he's like, the men was doing what they were supposed to do. And I'm like, really? Because, listen, I've seen one particular marriage, my mother and my father. My father wasn't doing what he was supposed to do, okay? Now, to be fair to my father, he didn't have a father growing up. His father died when he was young. So he was raised with his mother. So his idea of manhood was not given to him by his father, and it wasn't really given to him by his mother either, my grandmother. on my father's side. So all he knew about marriage is, to be perfectly honest, all he knew about marriage is go to work, come home, make sure the money there, make sure you take care of that way. And unfortunately, so pretty much my father, if anybody remember the movie Fences, my father has some aspects of Denzel Washington's character. So he had more hoes. And so unfortunately, so when these dudes keep saying, well, the men were doing what they supposed to do, not always accurate. Some of these men and felt that they could do that because of the fact that, well, we bring home the bacon. And so these women are like, why should I have to deal with this? And a lot of them, unfortunately, your grandmama, meat mom, they did it for survival, not because they truly wanted to. You don't have that anymore. The women don't need a man to survive. Some don't even want men at all. But they still got to play to these social norms. To get to a certain place in their life, they still got to get married. The people they probably don't want to, but they got to play the game. So that's the thing that could happen. But again, this comes from a place of fear these guys have of the unknown. They basically want no risk. They want the women to take all the risk and they have all the benefits. But you're not going to have that in 2025. It's going to be a risk to be married. And instead of just saying, hey, I don't want to get married, say, I'm scared of marriage. And if you're scared of marriage, that's fine. Marriage is scary. Trust me. I've been there. I've done that. I've been through it when you had a woman who had mental issues, who had health issues. I had to be the caretaker. I had to help with her mental issues. You know, I had to do that. And I was nowhere prepared for that. Nowhere prepared. I'm just keeping a buck. I was nowhere near prepared for that kind of stuff. And health issues that came up, wasn't prepared for that either. Then we came into it behind the eight ball broke. I didn't come into it with the best intentions. I was trying to get out of my mom's house. So it was just a mess from the start. And shit just kept piling up until the point where um, it was just a mess. But I had to take responsibility for that. Just like she took responsibility for her part in the shit. So the point of it is, not everybody is always doing what they're supposed to do in a marriage. Yeah, men were cheating. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Mama brought the milkman in the house. You had paternity fraud. You had dudes taking care of kids that weren't theirs. You had women taking care of kids that weren't theirs either. There's a lot of shit going on. You had dudes having women confronting their wives and just a whole bunch of mess going on. So, yeah, I can see why the women are scared of being married because they don't want to get fucked over. But I see why the men scared because they don't want to get fucked over. But everybody's scared. Just say you're scared. Now, those who truly don't want to, if you truly don't want to, you don't have to. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think that is a weakness. There are some people out here, oh, that's a weakness. You ain't strong. No, wrong. True strength is knowing what you can handle and what you can't. If you know you can't handle it, you ain't got to. There's nothing wrong to admit I can't handle that shit. So let me not put myself in that position. It's nothing wrong with that. I understand on SKC's part about society and all that, but you cannot have a society unless you have individuals who are mentally strong, physically strong, and all kinds of stuff. Because it would make no sense to have two people married who ain't mentally able to handle that situation. You're just bringing chaos, and you're bringing kids into chaos. So if you are scared, nothing wrong with saying you're scared of it. Can you mitigate things? Yes, you can. But the main thing that I see when SKC was debating this guy, he didn't have no standards. I just want her to be agreeable. What the fuck does that mean? Agreeable? What the fuck that mean? It's like I just want him to be agreeable. I just wanted to do the things I want to do. What the fuck does that even mean? I'm like, bro, what does that mean? You don't even have a standard of what you want from this woman. So how the hell are you gonna? How the hell are you gonna dictate anything? You don't even have a standard, and that's one of the big things I see. You don't even have a standard of what you will accept and what you won't accept. So if you don't even have a standard of what you will accept and won't accept, I don't know how. Let's see here. All right, sorry about that. Had to do something, but it's like how you going. You don't even have a standard. A lot of these guys don't even have a standard of what they want from a woman. A standard. But you want these women to be the agreeable. You want them to. I wanted to like all my hobbies. I don't give a damn if she don't like my hobbies. As long as you let me do my thing, you do your thing. As long as I ain't fucking you over, as long as you ain't fucking me over, we good. But all this other stuff, just crazy. But anyway, let me get up out of here. I got my customer. Y'all have a good one.